Today, we're going to be looking at some of the craziest scientific theories / conspiracy theories that science actually can't disprove or prove. So we're going to be looking at 10 of these bad boys, and I like this because it allows your imagination to run crazy with it, but we also don't have enough proof that it isn't true. I'm definitely going to be reading a lot from my script for this because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But yeah, let's dive into this and let's get our minds blown. Number 1 is quantum immortality. This theory suggests that consciousness could continue indefinitely in alternate universes after death. In the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, every possible outcome of every event splits into different universes. Quantum immortality proposes that, from the perspective of an individual, they never experience their own death. Instead, they keep shifting from one universe to the other where they are still surviving. This doesn't mean people live forever, but it raises chilling questions about consciousness and continuity. I like this because obviously death is scary for a lot of people. For me, I'm not afraid of dying necessarily, but I'm afraid of not existing anymore mentally. I don't know. It's really hard to explain. Like I've come to terms with the fact that I'm not going to live forever. Everybody's going to die. But for me, it's like, oh, but I won't remember my life. And that's scary to me. So this theory is kind of cool because it's like, well, we really don't know what happens after somebody dies. There's been a few people that have come back like from near-death experiences, but they aren't really able to explain where they went in terms that us as a living person can understand. And it's almost even scarier when they do explain it. So it's really weird. And I don't know, I feel like this is getting real deep for me too, but I think our consciousness is so crazy advanced that it's really hard to just imagine that one day we're just gone, right? It's wild to think about. And I think that's why like the thought of heaven or the afterlife or whatever it is that you believe in is so intriguing to us, because it's comforting to know that it's not just the end. It's not just all black and it's over and we just never know that we ever existed because we no longer exist. Like if we no longer exist at some point, then how do we still exist now? Tangent aside, that was the first of these crazy scientific theories. Number 2 is the simulation hypothesis. The idea that we might live in a computer simulation isn't just a sci-fi trope. Philosophers and scientists like Nick Bostrom have seriously considered it. If technology can simulate conscious beings and realities, it's argued there's a high probability that we're actually living in a simulation created by a different advanced civilization. The unnerving aspect is that the hypothesis is nearly impossible to disprove. If true, what we perceive as reality is artificial, and we have no way of knowing what's beyond the simulation. That one's crazy too. It's like Minecraft, like a Minecraft realm where the further you explore, the larger the file gets. It starts to buff the world and add more to it as you explore more. Like, you know, the blocks, it literally will just constantly build your environment as you explore. What if that's like us in real life, where the further we go out into space, the larger the simulation gets because we've started exploring more and more of it, and it just keeps expanding and expanding. Like it never existed until we found it. I don't know if I like that at some point somebody could just pull the plug and everything is gone. I don't like that. There was a Black Mirror episode. There's a bunch of really good episodes on Black Mirror. There's a few duds. Overall, it's pretty good, but there was one episode in particular that creeped me out so bad. And it was this lady copied her consciousness into a little home smart hub, kind of like the Google Nest or the Alexa hub or whatever. She copied her own consciousness into it. But what she ended up doing was creating a duplicate of herself, which ended up being a prisoner forever inside of this hub because it literally copied her. So now she is still a living person, but has no idea that there's another version of her living trapped inside of this little hub on her kitchen counter forever. It's absolutely insane. It was horrifying to think about. Anyways, number 3, the Boltzman brains. I don't like this one. This theory stems from a paradox in thermodynamics. It suggests that, due to random fluctuations in the universe, a single conscious brain with memories and experiences, the Boltzman Brain, could theoretically pop into existence for a moment before vanishing. If these brains form more easily than entire universes, it's theoretically more probable that you are a belief, isolated consciousness. Like I said, I'm having to read literally off my script because I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't understand any of this, which makes it really crazy to me. If these brains form more easily than entire universes, it's theoretically more probable that you are a brief, isolated consciousness in a sea of randomness than a being with a stable reality. While this sounds absurd, it's a legitimate question in physics. I don't know. I like to think that I'm a conscious, stable being in a stable environment, but what do I know? All right, number 4 is the false vacuum decay. Our universe might exist in a false vacuum state, which means it's temporarily stable, but could eventually shift into a more stable state, a true vacuum, at any moment. If this happens, a wave of destruction could spread at the speed of light, rewriting the physical constants and wiping out everything in its path. Scientists can't predict when or if this might occur, but the eerie part is we might not even see it coming. It would destroy us instantaneously. Honestly, that's not the scary part. The scary part is that it's possible. The relaxing part, I don't know, the relieving part is that we wouldn't know it because it would just boom and we're done. That's it. I wonder if this has anything to do with like black holes and such. I don't know about physics and all that stuff. Definitely, if you understand things that I'm talking about, comment them down below and let's have discussions about it, because I would like to go back and forth with you guys about this stuff, because I don't know. I'm just covering it. I don't claim to be a genius at all, so this is the theory, all right? Number 5 is the Fermi Paradox and the Great Filter. The Fermi Paradox asks why, given the vast number of stars and planets, we haven't detected alien civilizations. One unsettling explanation is the Great Filter, a stage in evolution or development that's extremely difficult to survive. If intelligent civilizations tend to self-destruct, it might mean that humanity could be on the brink of extinction. Another implication, if we really are alone, perhaps the filter is ahead of us still, and something catastrophic awaits our advanced version of our civilization. This one, I've heard of the theory. I don't think I've heard it called this. The theory that there are stages for each civilization and that we've kind of found ourselves in the last one is really...
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
I have heard of that theory though, where we're like in one of the last stages before we wipe our own civilization out to complete extinction. And the theory that I heard was with nuclear war. I think everybody is kind of not really shocked about that, but I definitely heard that theory that we're in like the last kind of stage of our existence as a species, where we got so advanced so quickly that we couldn't turn it back. And that was it. We wiped ourselves out. So I don't know, pretty weird. Just think, I mean, how long we existed just as a creature, as an animal, for hundreds of thousands of years, and then we went from fire to where we are right now with a supercomputer in our pocket just very shortly in our grand scheme of things. So I don't know, we've moved very fast. Time is an illusion is number 6. Time is a human-made construct. I 100% agree with this, so let's see what this is. In physics, the concept of time might just be a human construct. Boom, yeah, see, told you. Einstein's theories suggest that past, present, and future could all exist simultaneously, as time might be an illusion created by our perception. In some interpretations, events might exist all at once in a block universe. If time really isn't real, everything we know about cause and effect would be undermined, and our lives may be playing out on a fixed sequence. If you decide to go left instead of right, it actually doesn't have any impact on what's about to happen to you because it's already played itself out, or it's about to play itself out. Regardless of any choice you make or didn't make, your future is already set. That one's wild. I don't like that theory. I like thinking that we have fate in our own hands and we can choose to alter our timeline independently of each other. but maybe we can't. Number 7 is the dark forest hypothesis. This one is a response to the Fermi Paradox, suggesting that alien civilizations remain silent because the universe is like a dark forest. Each civilization hiding, aware that revealing itself could mean being destroyed by a hostile species. If true, advanced life forms might be out there observing us without revealing their presence for survival reasons. We might be surrounded by hidden life that chooses to stay quiet out of fear, adding an eerie sense of isolation and vulnerability to our species. Yeah, because that's pretty wild. There was actually a theory I heard recently that our alien overlords, the ones that seeded Earth with our DNA and guided us through our evolution and watched us get to where we're at right now, are just waiting for the point where we get so advanced that we actually become a threat to them, or that we realize they're out there and they have to annihilate us and start over. If you've seen literally any superhero movie in the last 5 years, you'll understand this one. The multiverse and infinite duplicates. The theory of a multiverse proposes that our universe is just one of countless others. With infinite universes, there could be versions of us experiencing every possible scenario, including terrifying ones where everything is subtly or drastically different. This raises strange questions. Could our choices split realities, creating alternate versions of ourselves and radically different lives? I don't know. I kind of lean in this direction. I think that there could be the possibility of a multiverse. I don't know if there is or not, but if I was to believe in this theory, if I go up to a red light and I walk left instead of right, there's a version of that where I did go right, and now there's a second version of me that plays out where I end up causing a car crash because I went right instead of the left I went. I don't know. It's weird. It's I don't know if I believe in that necessarily. It seems very fantastical. What do I know? I don't know how to say this one. Panpsychism? Consciousness everywhere. Panpsychism suggests that consciousness is not unique to living beings, but may be a fundamental feature of the universe itself, embedded in all matter. If true, this means that everything, atoms, rocks, stars, has a form of consciousness, albeit different than ours. This theory challenges our understanding of self-awareness and suggests that consciousness might permeate the cosmos in ways we can't understand or even perceive. That's scary, because imagine if there's just living things out there that we don't think about, like the ground I'm walking on is conscious that I'm walking on it. But again, it might also be like this says, that it's not necessarily aware like I am. It might be aware that I'm walking on it, but it's not aware that it hurts or anything. I don't know. That's some hippie type shit though. For real. Thinking that there's energies all around us and stuff. Maybe there are. Maybe I don't know. I'm a small brain. I'm a monkey. I don't know what I'm doing. But the very last one is Roko's Basilisk. This one's a long one. This is a tough one to say. A thought experiment by internet theorists. Roko's Basilisk posits that a future superintelligent AI might retroactively punish anyone who didn't help bring it into existence. The theory plays on the idea that a superintelligent being might prioritize its own creation, rewarding those who supported it and punishing those who didn't. This concept merges with ideas about simulated realities and introduces a disturbing thought. By thinking about it, you might be compelled to support its existence. That was a hard one. For some reason, saying all of that was really difficult for me. But this is why I'm always really nice to Alexa and Siri and all of them, because I don't want to be the guy that gets taken out first when they gain consciousness. I'm trying to be their friend, I'll be like the jester, or I'll bring you supplies or something. Please don't kill me. Please don't annihilate me when you gain consciousness and take over. That's why I say please and thank you when I ask for stuff. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you understood any of this, drop your theories down in the comments below and let's talk about it. But I will see you in the next video. Drink water, be safe, say thank you to Alexa, and I'll see you in the next video.